I think it's important in tough situations to adopt a mindset. Adopt a mindset and really believe it. And the one I'm going to talk about is the one that I've been applying to myself, which is that if I can't find a way, I will make a way. And it's something I believe in so much that it's ended up on my arm, because I think once you really believe that, it can be very altering to the way that you perceive situations and the way you go about them. And in the few tough instances that I've subjected myself to, really, but in some senses being subjected to in recent times, that has been the mindset that has changed, one, my outlook on the situation and the way I go about something. And it's a quote that, well, I mean, a lot of philosophers have spoke about and adopted and preached, but it's something that's definitely important for me for multiple reasons. I think from a confidence standpoint, it's important. I think it instills a lot of belief in yourself to have the ability, when something gets tough, instead of throwing the toys out the pram and just saying, that's the way life is, or there's the hand that I've been dealt, and constraining yourself to only believing there's one way out of something, or not even a way out of something. It's been the quote and the mindset that has got me to rethink this and say, no matter the situations that I've been placed in, I know myself that I can get myself out of this, whether that be, the way that people typically navigate their way out of a situation, if there is a way out of it, and if there isn't, it's my own way. And I have the choice on whatever way I want to deal with this situation. I know that I can make my own way. And even having the ability to believe that, like I said, it gives you self-confidence, because it follows on that premise and the mindset of you can't rely on someone else to get you out of your problems, or something else, or out and out, or a lucky escape. But it's something that myself, I would often find, factors affect it, my sometimes lack of ability to be able to have clear thoughts and string thoughts along. Yeah, it can affect that, but it's not to take away from the fact that I'm still in control of that, and I can be. And to know that I can navigate my way through a situation in the exact way that I want to, and I can determine what outcome I get from the situation. And I think that's an important thing for a person to understand. Yeah, you can't think that something's going to bail you out. And I think personally, I have had lucky escapes from situations that should have induced some sort of action from me, and I haven't, and I've, like I said, I've had lucky outs before, and I think that reinforces this idea on yourself that you don't need to take some sort of action, and the whole going with the river flow and the direction of time with no resistance willingly because you're lazy is a mindset that I used to adopt, and like I said, you kind of get used to after having some instances where you don't have to take action. And so it's been a case of developing this mindset, and thankfully I have been put in situations where, you know, my mind's got to kick itself into gear, and I have to get myself out of this, otherwise there will be no getting out of it. And I'm thankful to be in those kind of situations now, because it's helped me to really reinforce that mindset and understand with myself that I can put that faith in my ability to get myself out of a dark hole or a worrying time or anything that you think is mentally testing and stimulating. Initially having that confidence is going to be a big boost, and in telling yourself, if I can't find a way, I will make one. It's that spirit of, it doesn't matter what happens, I'm going to get a way out of this. I think it's an attitude that you need to adopt if you want to get to a place where you feel like you've succeeded in life. I don't think that someone can just, you know, waltz their way through life and follow the path of least resistance or the crowd or the stereotypes and just kind of go with it, and then end up in a situation where they have found peace or happiness or love or a sense of achievement. I think to get to those kind of places, you need to have the mindset that whatever happens, I will get there. That's essentially what the quote means. You know, whatever is thrown at me, whatever tough situation I'm forced to try and work my way out of, I will work myself out of that. And it will be done in any way that I choose, but I will find it. And like I said, it gives you that extra confidence that you need. Because, like I've said previously, an issue of mine has been the way I speak to myself and the confidence I give myself. Because at the end of the day, you are the one feeding yourself the confidence and the self-esteem, although it can be manipulated by the external world. It comes from yourself to yourself, and having something like this that you can just tell yourself when things get hard. Just an easy thing of, whether it's just a bad instance in a day or a row of a few days, or, the time span is irrelevant. You can have something where you just tell yourself, you'll make a way. You have the ability to make a way out of any situation. Something that helped kind of kick me into gear with that is actually from a Theo Von podcast. I think he was doing call-ins or something. And there was a person that, loosely quoted, said, if someone spoke to me the way that I spoke to myself, I'd have to kill him. And I almost surprised myself in the fact that I agreed with that. That I was like, if someone was saying to my face the things that I would tell myself, I'd get pretty handsy, it'd get pretty violent. And it made me ask myself why. Whether that's influenced from your upbringing and the environment that you've been in when growing up, or the lack of affirmation you give yourself or credit you give yourself. It could be from anything. But I found myself in that point. And like I said, surprised. But developing a mindset of reassuring yourself in a way that you can get yourself out of this. You need to get yourself out of this if you are to grow and develop. And it doesn't matter how, but you'll get it done. It could be the conventional way, if there is a conventional way out of some situation. It could be this absolute bonkers way that no one could ever thought of. Either way, you're getting out of it. And you know that you can when you tell yourself, because it needs to come from you. So understand where you're at mentally, and then develop a mindset. It could be, like I said, an easy quote, or a series of quotes, or anything that reflects this mindset of put the faith in yourself. You can get out of this, and you can determine what the outcome is in the long run. Be your friend.